our dear listener. Remember that this is a program that comes your way every Saturday from this particular time, going all the way up to 10:30, when we get to discuss quite a number of things and get to host people coming through from different backgrounds, discussing different issues and different things. Now, on this beautiful Saturday, of course, I have very special guests in the sense that we're not dealing with aspiring candidates. Yeah, the past 2-3 weeks I've been dealing with aspiring candidates as far as councillor, member of parliament, and mayoral. But today we are dealing with something different, something that you should be of a great lookout. Remember, later on the program, I shall be giving you, our dear listener, a chance to come through, ask my guests that burning question which you have for them, as well as also just participate on the topic of discussion via the number 0955221515. Yes, that's the number. So we are live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia, live also on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and not forgetting live also on High Energy FM Zambia and Ubuntu Channel Zambia Facebook pages. Now, my guests this morning is they are coming from the United Party for National Development, the UPND. Now, they are calling themselves Kanyama Blackhats Presidential Campaign Team. Yes, you heard it right. Kanyama Blackhats Presidential Campaign Team. Now, these are people that have put themselves together, put their resources together to come through and explain to you, the people of Zambia, on what the president has achieved and reasons why you must vote for the president of this republic, that is Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. So in the studios, I have with me Mr. Elias Chihinga. Mr. Elias, good morning and welcome to 5FM Radio.
Good morning, Professor, and good morning, listeners.
All right, and also I have with me Mr. Joseph Banda, but he's popularly known as Americano. Americano, good morning and welcome to the program.
How are you, Mr. Banda?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yes.
Well, people will be shocked finally having somebody calling me Mr. Banda. They are used with Lance or Professor Lance.
Sorry,
Professor. That's what I said, Professor.
Okay, you're a brother. We have the same last name.
Definitely, brothers in arms. All right, so first things first, I would love you to at least bring the people up to speed on what Blackhats, Kanyama Blackhats is. Is it an organization? Is it a grouping of people? Or this is just you that have taken yourselves out to say, no matter what, we have to campaign for the president to retain his seat? I think I'll start with you, Americano.
Okay, yeah. So me and Mr. Chihinga here started the Blackhats about maybe 3 months ago. And the purpose of the Blackhats, we realized that the Kanyama constituency has the biggest population in terms of the voter turnout, and also the biggest population around the Lusaka area in terms of the compound. So we decided, okay, we have to actually start mobilizing Kanyama. We first started with Kanyama. Make sure that at least we get at least, if not 90% or 100% of people in Kanyama to vote for UPND in 2026.
Okay.
And so we started putting our resources together, and little by little, we started moving around the Kanyama and try to see if we can actually convince the people, saying, no, UPND is still there, the president's still working hard, and and we need to make sure that he's voted in 2026.
Okay.
And that has expanded, of course, to the Facebook page you see that's going viral everywhere. And we're growing little by little. People are coming to ask us to join, and it's right now it's doing very well.
Okay. Well, Mr. Chihinga,
Yes, sir.
this grouping, it started with the two of you, slowly, steadily growing. What is the bigger purpose of this group?
Thank you, Professor. I think the bigger purpose of the group, Blackhats, Kanyama. First of all, we use the word Kanyama because we are Kanyama residents. We are based in Kanyama.
Yes. Okay.
So there's nothing like, no, yes, then the Blackhats, just to make a distinction on how to identify certain people when you have a certain project,
Yeah.
so people should be able to identify you with something. So mainly we use the black hats to sort it black, they still maintain the same concept. They are UPND. So we are 100% UPND members. And we have a hat to campaign or to speak or to help the presidents, Hakainde Hichilema, to continue rolling, because we feel Hakainde has got a good vision and a good project and good program. So hence we starting the two of us, but everything starts with one or two people, then it keeps on now growing, and that we are moving away now from or we are expanding now to nationwide, because our focus is to make sure Zambia they know about Hakainde. Yes, Professor.
Thank you so much. Now, the core purpose is obviously to garner as many votes as possible for the president, Mr. Banda, like you rightly put it. But then let's begin to expand, propound this. Do you think President Hakainde Hichilema has delivered on the promises that he made for Mother Zambia, for people to adhere to your core that they should vote for President Hichilema?
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. And I think if you really pay attention to what's happening in Zambia, especially in the social media platforms, everyone usually only complains about load shedding. That's it. Load shedding is one of those topics that every single day when I argue with people in my comment section, it's always about load shedding. You failed to give us ZESCO. Failed to give us ZESCO. But in terms of other things, like the way the economy is performing, right? Like teachers, education, agriculture, he has absolutely delivered. Right? And I'll let my partner add on to that as well.
You're right. Professor, from the time of 2021 to date, 2021 to date, the HH administration, yasebenza. You know, economic stabilization, debt restructuring, and debt restructuring and sectoral reforms and challenges like global economic pressure, climate variability, and legacy issues from the previous regimes. Not even things which were not going right. All those things HHS came in and made them.
Yes.
The brutality, kumenya na makada bantu mkomboni, that thuggery behavior of kadarism, menya bantu. The no good governance Hakainde Hichilema has delivered us that.
And let me add on to that, if you don't mind, real quick. He said something very important: the debt restructuring. When HH came to power, let's not forget, he found a foundation of a Zambia that was in the swamps. And you and I know that you can't build a house without a foundation. And what more building a house in a swampy area? So what he had to do actually, in order to make sure that his vision of a better Zambia, of moving Zambia from a poor country into a middle-class country, was met. That's his vision. Now, in order for him to start his vision, or for his vision to come true, he had to first fix our foundation. We had to make a strong foundation. We came out of a PF government that had this country in -2 GDP growth a year. Lungu and the PF government had the worst GDP growth in the entire history of Zambia. Maybe in 20, which with who this the president, the other one.
Banda.
Manawasa.
No, not Manawasa. I forgot his name. Chiluwa, sorry. Chiluwa had 1.5 GDP growth. Lungu had 2.3 growth yearly average, right? But in 2021, we found that it was in the negatives. So just imagine trying to build a foundation when your country, not only is it in debt default for the whole entire world, right? But you have to build a foundation where it's unstable. No one wants to give the country money. No one wants to come to do business in Zambia. All the foreign direct investments, instead of coming in, they're leaving. You understand, Ga? So HH just managed to actually, in the last 4 to 5 years, not only take us out of default, which happened last week, right? But he managed to make a foundation, a strong foundation for Zambia, to make sure that we, in the next couple of years, end up into a middle-class income country. He has built that foundation. And the first thing he needed to do is restructure our debts. And this playbook we have seen this playbook before. And if people pay attention to in Zambia, they'll see that it actually works. The previous government that actually did this playbook was Mwansa's regime. They had the same similar debt restructuring that is happening now in Zambia. In Zona, Mwansa's regime was very successful. We had the biggest GDP growth during Mwasa, and then it bled off into Banda's regime. That during that time, we had close to 7 to 8% GDP growth. HH in the last 4 or 5 years has managed to go from 2 to the new recent reports, 6.5, 6.2 next year. That is unprecedented. Do you understand? That is what we call debt restructuring and turning our economy around. This is the reason why you see all these heads of states from all over the world coming to invest into Zambia. Do you understand? This is the reason why you see everyone, even the European Union, coming in to give us 0.2 billion US dollars. The Americans have also pledged almost 500 million towards different sectors in our economy. Zambia is booming and Zambia is open for business due to the fact that Hakainde Hichilema has managed to restructure our debt, and the final payout that is going to be in 2026. The foundation is built. Now it's time to build the house.
And just maybe under a minute. And the key priorities have included boosting production in agriculture and mining. These are the areas, improving health sector or health access, diversifying energy sources, and strengthening governance. So the economy has grown at an average of 5.2% annually from 2021 to 2024 because of what? The fiscal prudence enabling debt relief and increased investments across all sectors. So these are areas that Hakainde Hichilema has delivered. And this has brought in the increase in terms of the annual growth.
Well, there seemed to be a very different picture than what you are painting here out there.
Yes.
Obviously, let's get to start talking about these issues sector by sector.
Yes.
All right. So I will start with the energy sector. Energy sector is in two. All right. There's the petroleum sector and the power sector. So let's start with the issues to do with the power sector. When the UPND was coming into government, when they were campaigning in 2021 to come into government, Zambia was hit with a 14 to 20 hour load shedding.
Yes.
All right. Of which the UPND, through President Hakainde Hichilema, were very high on the mountain, saying that when we come in, we will end load shedding. Load shedding will be a thing of the past. And when the UPND got into power, 1 year to they're in power, President Hakainde Hichilema in commissioning what hydropower is that? He mentioned to say we have now ended load shedding.
Yes.
Years down the line, people are only receiving 3 hours of power in these compounds. How is the energy sector, power to be in particular, still an issue when you are here saying that the president has delivered?
Yes, I said the president has delivered. And I said the things that people are complaining about the most about is energy sector. Let me give you an example of this energy sector. First of all, we have to understand, we have to build a strong actual foundation for our energy sector as well. Sometimes we forget that we're still in Zambia. And in Zambia, 53% of the people in Zambia, they don't even have access to power. In the rural areas, only about 33% of that have access to power. 66%, if you do the research, according to the World Bank and other organizations, they'll tell you that most of Zambians still don't have power because they're not simply connected to the grid, right? So now, let's look at what HH's vision in terms of fixing the power issue. We didn't want to do the same thing like PF did, where they get a ship from Mozambique and they put it in the docket and it starts costing us almost 2 million kwacha a month to service. If you're going to fix the energy sector, fix it correctly, build a stronger foundation. Do you understand? By doing so, he also included all the rural areas, meaning those 43% or 60 or 53% of people who don't have access to power. Let's figure out how to fix this well and for good. And he took a playbook from the German economy and from the EU, the way they do their solar panel. I mean, the energy sectors. Germany and the EU did something phenomenal in the last 15 years. They've moved their energy production from coal and fossil fuels to renewable energies. Right now, the German economy is running on 63% renewable energy. You understand? What they did was they put solar panels all over Germany. If you drive in the German countrysides, you find that there's solar panels on all over people's houses. There's called solar farms. Instead of people planting midis, they're putting solar panels everywhere, and they feed into the national grid. So therefore, cities like Lusaka, if we did in Zambia, cities like Lusaka are now taking, they're buying power from those people in the rural areas because those people in the rural areas are not taking up that much power. So he's solving the issue by saying, okay, let's start with the renewable energy because that's what Europe and America is doing. So we kind of skipped the stage here. We went into the future. Do you understand? Everyone knows that every single day on social media, we always see this solar plant being commissioned, this solar plant being commissioned, this solar plant being commissioned. And there's almost 30 solar farms being commissioned all over Zambia. And the reason for that is we have to decentralize our power grid. And that's what HH is doing, right? He's decentralizing the power grid to ensure that Zambia, Zona, has no more load shedding for good, not just for you and I for the next 2 years, but for our children's children's children. Why not fix it now? Do you understand? So when he said that, it's true. He's fixing load shedding. But just imagine, we lack certain skills here in Zambia. Do you honestly think that the whole country knows how to set up these technical solar systems, what? No, we have to get those skills from other people that are coming in that can teach us those things. It takes time. It takes time. And the 5 years that we have done that in Zambia, this is when the fruits of that time is now buried. Do you understand? So this is now when those things are coming online because we had to learn how to set up those systems. We had to learn how to connect them. We're a developing nation. Some of these things we have to learn from other people.
But when 1 year into it, when he said we have finished load shedding,
yes.
was that I?
Professor, Chinyanja nichi. PIH kusiza load shedding president sana name boza. These are real figures. No. I believe in figures because if you believe in it, then you have to be a man of figures also. If you look at the capacity in 2021, the whole national grid ZESCO yenzo kupangiwa in only 3,318 megawatts. Pantau ino pamentikamba pano ZESCO yamene ifuni kupangiwa kuja ni 3,886 megawatts by 2025. This is reality. But now the question is yakuti aya malaiti aya yalikuti. That is a load shedding because he knew that with the increase of these megawatts, he has seen as much as people are also connecting in. We have a challenge with the Kariba Dam. All this power was dependent on what? Mud, which is the Kariba Dam. Kafue God. All these pangila mans. So issue ya dry mans ndiye amenashita maninga affect. Kuja ukariba damu kuja. Ni mameshini yangati ya mafunga kuna ninga. Nyala ninga manja pa yangati. Meaning the water levels inafike mwamene mujam capacity to generate the actual 3,886 ya menana ikirapo. Kana bwela na pesa is a 3,315. 318. So this is where he focused so much to say, with what we have done, definitely we are assured of ending load shedding.
Yes.
Come the following year, we were hit na drought. Meaning a drought, imagine instead of running my machine at 5, running a machine in Mozo Reavit. You don't reach that capacity. That is where now the challenge came in. But the good part, he acknowledged to say, I plan inapanga but yakanga. Vamuna zona so much to give up to say plan yakanga, then they forget. He came up with plan B. Yeah. Because after increasing kwa road shading, meaning vijama generator funika chani, manzi kulaninga. But if you go kukaliba kucha kukaliba, it is in black and white, everybody that those machines there's low water levels. But manje solution anachita manje, that is where he comes in by adding 125 megawatts, e.g. 94 megawatts from ETIP through chani solar. Chisamba 100 megawatt ya bwera na as a solution manje, because abangati manzi kuti aloka lero tankala na manzi ya mbili. And this issue of water levels inambira mu UPND, inambira mu previous regime. Imwana mukumbuka kuti winangwezo anakambako minister to say ngati mwaona kuti yakuvutani ngayama right tengani family yanu mkatundire mkaliba. Yes. Because futo yatu even chani ni manzi amene yenda pass. So the issue of manzi kusira sinambira mu UPND is something that we have incurred because of the climate change. But the solution is the introduction of machani masora plants yamene akainde chilema aleta. The other good news is mukuona kuti vintu sivyenda bwino. Analeta plan hapa manje amene ikambiwa manje hapa kuti each constituency izafunika yambe kupanga 2 megawatts per constituency. Each constituency it will make 2 megawatts budget ya next year. And the dramaja is achokera mu CDF, meaning from the CDF money ka 2 megawatts kazafika kachokemo each constituency nkali na plant yao. Though your plant capacity zankalira, it may not be necessarily like Kanyama muja ngatilibe malo singa kalira Kanyama. Maybe tingaipangire kapana ni muchiranga olokumumbwa, but that 2 megawatts yatwija is ambo tapping amchani the national grid. So the solution HDM is doing is what is making me happy kuona kuti umuntu ashita deliver. Okay. It's not his problem. Mvula kusaloka sifuto yake. And anaipeza mvula kusaloka bwino.
So the opposition out there, they say, you know that Zambia was going to be hit with that drought because it was talked about in the previous regime. Hence the reason why even in the previous regime we had 14 to 20 hours of load shedding. So you know about that. Why didn't this project start immediately you entered office? Why did it have to wait until a drought hit the country? And then it seems like that's when reality dawned to the UPND.
Makamba bueno wa professor. This issue of drought is inambira mu UPND. Inambira kudala pa that's why nzokambi wapo. Why did the church has to wait? Na kubaka kuyamba kusebenza manje. Sana imbekezela kwamba kusebenza manje. Remember, pamene unabwera muboma tinapeza nkongole. Sungambo kwamba usebenzela example za kupasane ni Banda. Mulibe nyumba yani mumulentinga nyumba kuli ba landlord. Oro bakulu banu balentinga nyumba ba kuli ba landlord. Then bakulu banu bafa na nkongole zija. Imo mapeza shito. Surely unuza kuti ngatifuna upitizwa nkala mu nyumba muja. Muzatenga first in drama mwembo gula ma TV, mwembo gula ma fridge, mwembo gula mankuku, mwembo siliza nkongole ya uja landlord. O landlord azakulekani kuti mumpitana yo shito. The landlord no spare you. Azakuuzani kuti kasi ni bwino chokani muno mnyumba mwanga. Uzafunika first wasiliza nkongole ija, then manje ndio pamene manje extra money or excess money, you begin to invest. So Haga Indechilema when he came in, he found there was a nkongole kuma petrol in every sector. We had a lot of debt, which is difficult for us to do what? To manage the economy. So the first thing was that's why he usually mentions to say, to restructure the debt restructuring process was very expensive. Inati dulira. It wasted us a lot of time, a lot of money. Inadula. Because it's a process. You have to bring in negotiators to negotiate, to do all that. So it was a very extra cost. So Pavanana's result debt. After the debt was restructured. That's why now you are seeing these projects now, they are coming in, boom. A lot of them we can mention.
And you have to remember, who's bringing these projects? It's the foreign direct investments. It's foreigners, correct? Foreigners are not going to come to Zambia if Zambia is in default debt.
Yes.
They can't. They won't. They will feel like they were losing their money in Zambia. So as soon as you have power, like my colleague said here, we were full of debt, was up to our heads. Which money are we going to have to start solving these issues of power? We had to wait until the debt was restructured, and then we had to try to convince foreign direct investments to come and invest into solar. He was successful in doing so, to the point where now Zambia is going to be producing so much power that they're going to export they're going to make a lot of money from exportation of power. A fact, right? So that should answer your question of the reason why they didn't start in the beginning. We had too much debt.
Yeah. Well, let's not consume too much time on one issue, but this is a big thing, obviously, which people need the proper understanding, even as you are explaining. So still in the energy sector, we come to the issue of petroleum. Fuel was low when the UPND was coming into power. Until it started going up every month, doing monthly reviews, which the Zambian people so much condemned and thought that the president, being a listening president, would have listened to them and probably go back to the quarterly reviews of this. But then monthly has continued each and every month, and people are expecting to either see fuel go up or fuel come down, of which it's been going up, and the cost of living being pushed up as well. How has the government delivered in this sector that the people should still believe in him, that, well, let's give him another mandate for 2026 to 2031?
Professor, what is the reason why fuel went up as soon as UPND came in power? Do you know?
Okay.
Simply, subsidiaries. We just got done here discussing about our debt issue. And the IMF and the World Bank, they give countries certain criteria before they restructure their debt. They need to know that the money that is going to be paid back. So how do you pay back the money with no money? Quite simple. Zambia at the time of PF, we had subsidiaries, right? Subsidies. Subsidies on fuel. A lot of subsidies on fuel. So HH had to remove those subsidies to actually pay our debt off faster. So therefore, we can actually develop our nation and get cheap fuel in the next 5 to 6 years. Not only, so that is the major issue. That is the reason why fuel increased. It's because we literally had no option. We needed to pay back our Congole that the PF government put us in. And where were we going to get that money from? Kulibe. Do you understand? So that pile of subsidies went to paying off some of their debt. And for sure, they didn't buy new GIZ, the Toyota Land Cruisers, what. Even people in parliament were upset because he refused. There's no way that we can buy all these nice vehicles. We need to make sure that we pay back our debts. And the subsidies from fuel are the ones that pushed some of that debt away from Zambia, to the point where now foreign direct investment is coming in and the GDP is growing. And then to fix this issue with fuel, I don't know if anyone is paying it in, really, but Angola, I think this year is finalizing the refinery, right? And then in Zambia, also in Ndola, the Chinese have come invested in what? In our refinery. Do you understand? The Luido corridor, right? Direct route from Angola to bring our fuel costs down. So we were unable to achieve all these things now if we never solved our debt. If people didn't sacrifice to move subsidies from fuel. We had to sacrifice as a nation. We had to sacrifice as a nation. And I'm happy that I sacrificed this nation to see that this nation is good for my children. And that's sometimes people have to sacrifice in order for us to live better in the future. And that's what happened.
In fact, Professor, as I said, the foundation is where the challenge was or is. This issue of fuel, in the previous regime, we have Wamenagrisa fuel, contractor. Then there's the government here. Government yatuma contractors return fuel. Bakaleta contractors vaja. Government used to subsidize. But subsidize fuel. Koma vuto ikulu vaja ma contractors vaja sivenze kulipiriwa ndalama yawo from boma. And that money inakula. Even the time when UPND government was coming into power, inapeza kuti Nkongole ikulu. Manje Nkongole ikulu ija azayilipira ni ndani? Meaning someone has to go and borrow kwenda Kongola futika lova na kuile tafuta bwalipira. Haka inde chilema said no. We can't continue putting my subsidies. Subsidies te bwanji chokepo. Ya chokapo meaning fuel isebenzela pa mutengo wakaenda wamenufuka kusebenzelewa. Second, he says, sister tosapo mtengo wakaenda hapa. Nizafunika manje yeka fuel hii iambe kuzilipira without Nkongole akaleta contractor supplier pamepa jazilipira tu yachokena tu bio yake. At the same time, whatever is remaining apaka profit yaka kazibweze nja Nkongole jamene babana siyasenzo lipiro jama suppliers. And this is the reason why na hivi manje babosi wafuna manje kwamba fage jakuti kotati. That's why by number wenya monthly so that ngati mtengo waenda pamwamba na hivi mtengo kuno stabwanje wakula. No one goes at a loss. Once muvela you are able to fill in. Ikauka mtengo kujwa firo wagwa na kwa hivyo kuna mtengo stabwanji wagwa, people have got the direct benefit from the fuel. And that is the strategy which the president has used, which is a very good strategy.
Yes.
Chifuka banapitiriza kuita subsidize fuel, which is good. But the question is, ijandrama busi dija izachokera kuti mukandi na Nkongole yolipira. There now comes the challenge. That's the reason he has to do it the way he's doing it. So ijandrama sabusi dia gula madeski manje kuma skulu, free education, funding, employing more teachers, employing more nurses. And
this
kind of competitiveness.
And the same money, is the one that paid off the debts, almost 300 million that we had to Mozambique.
Yes.
Even the president of Mozambique was here last month, thanking HH. Willing to do business again to solve this issue with power. And for sure, they got in a bilateral agreement to actually invest in fuel and energy because of those removal of subsidies.
This is the chat with Professor Lance on your Happy Station, 5FM Radio. And in the studios this morning, I am playing host to United Party for National Development, UPND, Kanyama Blackhats presidential campaign team members. Now, this is Mr. Elias Chihinga, as well as Mr. Joseph Banda, popularly known as Americano. So remember, we are live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, live also on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia, live as well on Ubuntu channel Zambia Facebook page, and not forgetting live also on High Energy FM. And of course, dear listener, later on the program, you shall be calling us on the number 0955-221515. I shall be opening the phone lines very shortly so that you can have a conversation with my guests in the studio. Now, the core message of my guests in the studio is that President Hakainde Hichilema should be retained as president of this country. And here are their reasons. Now, let me start with you, Mr. Chihinga. Since you've hinted on the fact that desks are being bought in schools and free education, let's talk about this education sector. Free education policy, as good as it may be, it has its own challenges. The issue of no or low classrooms in certain areas, the issue of having low teachers with a maximum number of pupils that have enrolled due to this policy of free education. What is the president? I know you're not speaking on his behalf, but you are his campaign team members. So obviously you have the figures and the know-how of what the president is doing to ensure that he addresses these issues. We have too many pupils in these schools. We have low or no classrooms to still accommodate these pupils that have enrolled in these schools. Others are sitting on the floor. Professor. Others are learning under a tree.
Professor, thank you so much for that wonderful question. Previously, a lot of pupils because they never had money to go to school. Hakainde Hichilema brought in free education, which the opposition said it will never work. Where is he going to find the money? Zona vakati kuwaya paja free education yayamba. Bamba kupunzira bana. Bambiri bonse banabwerera mu school bamba kupunzira. Which went with the challenges. One of the challenge now became overcrowding of bana. Chifukwa bana bapaka. Elias wanezifuna nkala amba kubwera. Not only that, menangu bana swenzo wenda mu school badandaula kuti tilibe ndrama yolipira my educate my examination fees. Hakainde Hichilema said palibe vuto baninga kubwera mu school na examination fee tisa branchi tisa kulipirira. Meaning bana swalipira examination fee boma ilipira, which is another plus. That challenge of overcrowding, Hakainde Hichilema now, you know, moyo kunkana na vuto si vuto. Koma kunkana na solution ya vuto ndiye pamene pamaonekera bamuna bazoona na those that are not able to perform. Hakainde Hichilema identifies now that bana babwera mu schools bapaka nzachita nawo branch. Cha number 1, teacher ayamba kuchepa. Hakainde Hichilema bwera 30,000 teachers impede. And ukangana statistic wana bwera bangena ntchito bambiri baja benzeri baja bama eri chaududu ma opposite odu twana tungono. Why? Because a lot of children tungono tuzongana makomboni. So bangena ba primary to make sure that my classes yaja yakare decongested. Manje bashita decongested, as you said, Professor. Benangu bapunzirira pamtengo, benangu bapunzirira panja, just like that. Hakainde Hichilema again saw it as an opportunity to hammer that program, bring in CDF. Yambani ma project, each constituency yambani kuzimangira to my schools.
Yes.
Each constituency now they are building my schools. Pameneti kamba pano professor. Pameneti maenda muminzu, not munosaka, because munosaka, unzaka mbauti ma schools yambi na pangi wakudara. But even though, napangi wakudara, go ma rural areas. There are certain areas mwamine muna bide to ma schools orobama tuseka kuti ntuma 1/3 the same 1/3 tupanga sense bachoka mtengo muja bayamba kupunziriramu. Meaning he created another opportunity of job creation. He said baja bopanga ma school bafunika kulipiriwa now baja bapeza nshito. So he's making solutions. It's not a problem to have overcrowding classrooms. But the problem is just sitting and watching. But he has provided solutions. CDF is building more schools. He's employing more teachers to address the problem. So I feel that solution alone is giving Hakainde Hichilema a plus to continue ruling because he's delivering. That is the delivery I'm talking about. Unless someone should call me to challenge me to say, olo kumuzi kwao kwa mena chokera sana oneko ka 1/3 classroom kamene Hakainde Hichilema anapanga kuti bajabana baambe kupunziriramu.
Okay. You have something to add?
Yeah, I'll add a little bit. Hello? I lost.
Oh yeah. Okay. Can hear you.
You can hear me. Okay. To add, like my colleague has said here, since UPND and HH have been in power, we have built 170 schools all over this nation. We have recruited 30,000 plus teachers to solve that problem with the current money we have.
Yes.
So now, I won't talk much, but the trajectory that we're moving in, where that we have most of our debts cleared or restructured, meaning we have eased some of our money that was going to debt payments, come back now to solve even this issue further. Because the Zambian population grows currently at an average of 2.8% a year. And with 22 million people, that's averages about maybe 700,000 people per year. That's 700,000 people every single year, or children born who are in need of schools, who are in need of teachers. So this issue is continuous, it's non-stop. And you have to put a strong foundation in the education sector as well as the power sector, as well as those other sectors we discussed, in order for us to prepare for the future. And that's what HH has done. And that's what he needs to finish. And that's why we're here saying that he needs another 5 years.
Yes.
Because his vision not only is going to build 170 schools that he has done now, but why not another 500 schools? Now we have money. Now he's controlling the economy well. Zambia has money now to be able to build more schools. Why not let him finish what he started? Do you understand? So it's very important that we think about things like that. And this issue with schools and teachers, it's continuous. It's nonstop. It continues to grow. And I think he's doing a good job in fixing that issue.
Before we come to the commerce sector, let's get to wrap up this chat with the health sector. Health has always been a challenge, or should I say health is a challenge, because a large number or a large population of the Zambian people have issues, or they do not literally have access to the health sector, especially in the rural and peri-urban areas where certain amenities are not there, like the mother shelter. You don't have a health post, you don't have a clinic. Even later on, they don't have a first level clinic, a hospital. How is the president varying in this sector, apart from employing health workers, which still is a very large deficit, because you have a wider number of people that have different ailments, but then the number of doctors, nurses, or people that are specialized in the health sector, they are still not enough to reach up to the demand.
Yes. So with the health sector in Zambia, first of all, we have to remember where we came from. The health sector in Zambia was plagued with corruption. What happened was Donald Trump, as soon as he became president of America, he did one thing. He shut down U.S. aid. U.S. aid was carrying a lot of our health sector problems on its back. You understand? It was carrying a lot of our issues in terms of health sector on its back. So when Donald Trump disbanded U.S. aid, now Zambia had to stand on its own. Now UPND and Hakainde Hichilema had to figure out, okay, we no longer have $5 million US coming to us annually to help us with this health sector. What do we do? First of all, they had to bring in, like I said, FDI. And how do they do that when we're in debt? So it all stems back to ensuring that our fiscal, right, financial capacity is stable, right? From there now, he's doing the same thing that he did with schools. Once you have that extra money coming that we don't have to pay our debts, now you hire more nurses. You hire more, you build more hospitals all over the nation. Recently, we had a whole bunch of ambulances come in Zambia. It was a big deal. Everyone saw it by social media, right? Each constituency received one, right? Just because we're able to take the money we owed and reroute it to the health sector as well. So HH's vision for the education sector and the health sector, all these different sectors, all derive from, do we have the capacity to stand on our own? And honestly, to tell you the truth, HH has managed to do that. Now, this is when we grow. This is when we build more hospitals. This is when we build more level 1, because now we have the capacity to do so. Do you understand?
Mr. Chihinga, on this same issue, where you are coming from, Kanyama, this is a constituency that has quite a large number of people. And if my memory serves me right, the birth rate at Kanyama Level 1 Hospital every day should be about 50 or 100 babies. That's on a daily basis. Meaning that the constituents keep on growing.
Yes.
You only have one hospital, level 1 hospital. If my memory also is right, it should be with 3 health posts in the, is it the 5 wards that you have? Do you think the president is doing much to address this issue?
Nzambia na Kanyama, before I can touch these other national issues. Mwakanyama moja, we had the Kanyama clinic. Yamemana Kamamanja, which is now first level 1 hospital, which we appreciate. It's been upgraded. Haka inde pamene na bwera hapa. You go ku garden park. there's a clinic called Dumbo Clinic. Pano pamene kamba pano ili mu phase 2.
Okay.
Inamangiwa na maternity wanaika kufuti. So meaning people no longer move. Wenda kuja Kanyama. Azamu nkalira pamene paja pachani kwa Dumbo kuja kwa Sao Garden Park. There is the clinic there, which government has done through, in fact, it's through CDF.
Okay.
Inamangiwa. You come pa Kanyama West. There has been Kanyama West clinic paja. During Haga and Chilema, they upgraded together with the private partnership. We upgraded maternity ward wanaika hapo, wanaista fitiri masora wanaika hapo, tumatwele tunatupanga bwino na manzi ya bwino yoraninga yaliko yapita bwino. Si hapo peka. You go mu John Lenge. Pali ka clinic kamene kapangiwa through CDF jokusadi tukapasa kucha. Haka ende Chilema fakapo. Si hapo peka. You go ku Linda. Kwa Linda ko inamangiwa ka health post kabwino kanamangiwa kaliko. So with what Haka Indechilema has done so far in Kanyama, vichitika vioneka. The only challenge is we don't have enough space. Malo ya mbili anagulisiwa ya time makadazi panafu kwa manga kliniki mchani managulisa opasa maproti ya bantu. But Haka Indechilema is delivering. Okay. I'm happy now at the national level. From the time he came into power, I'm talking about figures, 18,305 health workers since 2022, including doctors, nurses, and specialists. End of this year, another 2,000 health workers will be employed. End of 2026, another 2,500 health workers will be employed. Because my number is people that are graduating a lot.
Yes.
But looking at his capacity so far, community endera is doing something. When you talked about infrastructure development, to say challenges in these rural areas, my infrastructure. Zona Indechilema has done something. Completed through CDF and these other projects, 282 facilities. In these 102 facilities, including 7 level 1 hospitals. 7 level 1 hospitals.
Repeat that again. Repeat.
Na ati Haka Indechilema anakwanisa kukwanilisa ma building of ma facilities okwanira 282. Including 7 level 1 hospitals.
Yes.
Na Kanyama kuliko na Matero na ena ngwaya.
Yes.
Ma level 1.
But these level 1 hospitals were done under the PF and Chilufya.
Those were done under PF.
Yes.
We also did our own 7 level 1 hospitals. These are the new projects.
Okay.
I was giving like example Mungajariku Matero na Kanyama. 111 mini hospitals. I am my new projects kamba pana. Not my old projects are. 30 health centers. This is countrywide.
Okay.
And 131 healthy posts. Haka Indechilema, phase 1 and series anapanga. If I'm to come back, if you kuyenda minzi, now my areas, including Amena Muzani, Mozi, ili kuja kwatu, kulinda, iliko nayo center kuja iliko. Ni environmental center 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the things I'm talking about. In phase 2 is coming with 5 more level 1 hospitals. And these 5 more level 1 hospitals, inanguzankara kuchoma, inanguzankara kukawe, inanguzankara kumonze, inanguzankara kusorwezi, inanguzankara ku Zambezi. Abura kuyamenya mu phase 2. And with another 120 mini hospitals. So even ni vintu vamene achita na vamene vibwera kuchitika.
Yes.
Okay.
These are figures I'm talking about. The Ndola Cancer Treatment Center is at 75% completed. Lusaka Cancer Disease Hospital modernized January for 40%. Nayo iendelea. Aya maternity chani yobalira mwana mwenzi wakamba. Ya chitika ya mbili muma as my health posts muma rural areas mosi anasiana. Okay. So in short, for me, with these figures, it shows that this person has got a vision, and is going somewhere.
And Professor Banda, don't forget, not only does he have a vision, but recently, just last week, he negotiated $1.5 billion US dollars to be injected into the health sector from the United States.
Yeah.
1.5 billion. That's a lot of money, right? So his vision is actually working. So this is the reason why we're sitting here telling everyone in Zambia, our fellow citizens, vote for Hakainde Hichilema. Let him finish.
In 5 minutes, let's talk about the coal sector. So you are especially Americano, you've been consistent talking about FDI, the foreign direct investment. What investments has the president brought in this country that has trickled down to the ordinary Zambians and that impact has been felt?
Okay. I stay in Kanyama, Pamakeni. Los Angeles Road, which is now what is called
Kalushawali.
Yes. We're the 70 Paja, right? Starting past that one. If you drive down that road, last 5 years ago, there was nothing there. If you go there today, every inch of that road has factories. And if you go there at 07, 08 in the morning, you see over, I'll say 50 or maybe, I'll say 5,000 people coming from Kanyama going to work there. So foreign direct investment that has been brought in by HH is working, or otherwise Kanyama Makeni wouldn't have all those factories open up. That's just an example for Makeni, Kanyama. What more the rest of the country? We have HH building last week or 2 weeks ago, the roads in Northwestern Province, the D301, and then Jimba to Mwenelunga Road. They're building those roads. I think it's D5. How many of those roads are employing people due to the foreign direct investments that are coming in, due to the Lobito corridor coming in, due to all these things that are coming in? There you have in Sinazongwe, you have two major investments that will be producing 12 megawatts of power coming. Pamanje people that side building roads. The town council is actually going around building the infrastructure that is needed, employing Zambians. So all these foreign direct investments, they're trickling down and giving people jobs. Simple.
0955-221515. That is the number that you are calling us on. The phone line officially is open. You can come through, ask your question, express your view, as well as just what's your take on what we have discussed so far this morning in the studio. My guest is Mr. Elias Chihinga, together with Mr. Banda, coming from Kanyama Blackhats presidential campaign team from the United Party for National Development, championing the call for the re-election of President Hakainde Hichilema. What is your take on that? 0955-221515. That is the number that you are calling us on. Okay. Lost that one. Let's try to come back. 0955-221515. We'll be glad to hear from you. Let's get to hear your take or your question. All right, this is the chat with Professor Lance. It comes your way every day from 9:20. Good morning.
Sorry, good morning, Engineer Professor Banda.
Good morning, Mr. Swale. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Good morning, my brothers there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. I am from Kanyama constituency. As you may know, Kanyama constituency is very, very big and very, very populated. You are articulating the issues very, very well. Now, the problem which I have with you people, you always talk good about your party, not talking good about the previous, parties, what they have done in different parts of the country. However, I have a question specifically for Kanyama. There is that road which branches away, popularly known as the Mbasera Road. It branches up to the Kanyama West Clinic and Kanyama Police Post, Kanyama West Police Post there. That road was paved. But when you see the way it was paved, and if we went there today, the pavers are being removed on their own. Was that good work, or what could you say about the contractor who was doing that? Is he going to redo the work, or what will happen? Because that is absolutely short work, and that contractor pocketed the money. What are you going to do about that? Good morning.
Mr. Sewali. All right, 0955-221515. That's the number that you are reaching us on. Would love to hear your comments as well as get your questions, and so that our guests can be able to respond to you. All right, let's pick this one. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, lost you there. So 0955-221515. That is the number you are calling us. Like I mentioned, my guest in the studio is Mr. Elias Chihinga, as well as Joseph Banda, coming from the United Party for National Development, UPND, a group calling itself Kanyama Blackhats Presidential Campaign Team. So their core function or core goal is to campaign for President Hakainde Hichilema to retain the seat in the next year's elections. Good morning. Kindly take down the volume on your radio.
I wanted to know one thing, because we've been hearing that the issue of load setting very soon, but we have to take. I'm calling from SOS.
What's your name?
Pardon?
You didn't tell us your name.
My name is Mickey.
Mishek.
Victor Pin.
Oh, Victor Perry. Thank you so much for coming through,
We've
Victor.
been crying for tax for quite some time now. We've received the state promises until we've lost hope into our new John government. So what is it that they're going to tell us that can restore our hope in them?
Thank you so much, Victor, for coming through.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, let's see if you can pick one more. 0955-221515. That's the number you are calling us. And remember, we are also live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia. You can leave a comment under there and we'll be glad to hear from you. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. You're through to the program.
Good morning, Mwakabwanji.
Tawaka bwino Mwakabwanji.
Mwakabwanji waona litoko.
Bwino Mwakabwanji.
Bueno, sinamvere.
Ati bandani zina. Tikamba na bandani. Ba Joffrey.
Chifani chichikonda icho. Wonse kusevenza tikiwa visevenza. Kama chimoza nchijanda lako chimoza. Ivetina sevenza pali social cash. Kazati chitabwanji mazina yatu yanaenda udala but nafika sinafota.
Okay, thank you. They will respond to that.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. So 3 different questions.
Okay. Niambire na mene vachoka po palast those na imvera ku dusty. I think the concern ni yakuti cash for work. Mana sevenza pa cash for work mazina naenda bazati chita branji
Bakalibe
kufola. Ziko mokwambiri ba Joffrey. Ba Joffrey cash for work program. Maybe kwa hiyo wamesas wa cash for work program. Cash for work program ni program ya mene ili imaenda makombo siana ya mene ba president Hakainde Hichilema banaleta kutadizira bacha bamene bafuna kugula kutunga tundiyo they work for a day 60 kwacha, meaning for 10 days you get a 600 kwacha. Kwa hiyo wamene saziba cash for work program apa pamene kamba pano inaimirira because kumbuyo oku bambiri swanalipiriwe. Why swanalipiriwe? We had the challenges when we made follow-ups munga kuma council kuti why bantu sibalipiriwa. Ipezeka kuti aja mapepe amene mamalipirirapo yafunika yalembewa mu na mapeni. Alemba zina ya muntu na peni, then bachonga bakasiriza yamene aja mazina yonse aja like they have to be typed. Yafunika futi kutaipiwa. So manje challenge mankarako yakatapiwa mazina yaja kumapezeka kuma errors.
Okay.
Uzapeza kuti sometimes phone number mtu aivala tichiti moza siapo. Then mama funa ija number ya mene ilipo. The actual phone number that you put in must correspond with the name. If the name is different, they'll not pay. Comma, in terms of payment, everybody will be paid. And when I make up kusaka stikanzo to say mbekezani until everyone is cleared. Come January, we are starting the program. So as long as you worked, don't worry, that's an assurance I can give you. Your payment will come in. You'll be paid. Then makambako pankani ya Kanono Road.
Abantu basiwale awo.
Basiwale kuti ayifati bambira kudandaula kuti vuto yamene bali nayo, we don't appreciate the previous government's effort, what they have done. But we only condemn them. And is it also okay mamene ili rodi yanu jaka nono vanaisinasi ikuwa mapevers wide so basiwale sorry kusayamikira koma sitikamba kuti vose vezivoipa vabwino tiyamikira. In fact amene Ambassador Road mwakamba ija Ambassador Road kuungana Mumbwa Road ibwera paka kuno ku Kanyama kuchiraiti kucha. That was Katamaki mtandabantu kaza mtandabantu. Katamaki anakiwa na PF kacha. And timanga sta enjoy tipitamo sikana liko. So PF inasebenza napo ikawa Katamaki. I Kanono Road yamene bakamba ya Kanyama ever since mwamene inapangiliwira ku government yamene inasebenzelapo lokufaka kwa vidoti. This is the first time of its kind kuti kunkale mapevers.
Okay.
Yes. Contractor sana sebenze shito ya bwino. Anasebenza contractor but anakilema to say no, why sinaende bwino shito because inali ntawe ya rain season, so paka nisebenza kuvula iloka, then again nimezopita mo vinangambika, he had his own reasons to give. Until people said yai uyu contractors afuna kuteste bwanji asiye kusebenza. And muleko pasa mazambian shito muzipasa ma Chinese. And your program ya Ija Road, me personally remember I was even on TV ZNBC where I challenged the contractor to say this work must be redone. And I submitted that report also even to the councillor to say councillor make a follow-up ishito ichitiwemo na 40 so that isebenzewe. Ishito ya kuja Mkanono Road sinawame. That ishito sinaende bwino. That was not done in good work. But that cannot stop us to continue giving the local contractors. The local contractors must continue getting contracts because that is what the president wants. We cannot change kwambo pasa ma Chinese because one contractor failed. We have other roads in Kanyama where the local contractors have performed so well. You go kuja kwa kuli Honorable Masauso. Mapevers kuja tufakiwa kuja. Those are local contractors. They have done them so well. Tuone katule bwino. So other contractors are not performing, other contractors are performing. But all in all, that road we are making a follow-up, even our council. Kuti ichituwepo na futi.
Okay.
Ndiye ninga yankile basiwale.
Okay.
Then bajabena kwa kamakani ati what to hope. Ni message bwanji kuti tizabauza kuti
kai munanama kuti road shedding isira but koeso yes malaiti
imwamene babosi sitinaname kuti road shedding isira ija kani ya road shedding sitinaname mwanga mwanami uzirani figures are there endani kuja even vanda kamba vamene visenza na malaiti vamene visenza na manzi capacity was even increased meaning sananame president kwa mavuto ni manzi drought koma solution ipangiwa. Pa solution ndiye pamene kamba ine pano. Is the solution not working? Masola yamene vakamba va president siyabwera already apa tikamba manje nkani yakuti CDF next year procurement apa I think and develop advanced stage.
Yes,
very soon vayamba kuleta kapena ni masola panel yamba kungena muno Mzambia. Kubwera kufaka each constituency have its own 2 megawatts. Meaning imwe yanu mkapanga ngati mwe mwafaka tabe takamba kuti Kanyama tasiriza esa yatu. Whether could road shedding, could be road shedding, but 2 megawatts ya Kanyama ifunika chite bwanji ifike. So these are solutions ba boss Americano kuti hakainda sevenza.
Okay.
See my false hopes here. This is reality, something that we can see.
But Piri, those were not fake promises. Even me sitting here from Kanyama. I'm load shedded.
Yes.
Every day I'm load shedded. Every day I have to get into my vehicle and charge my phones using my car battery. We're all load shedded. But that doesn't mean we can't be patient.
Yes.
As long as I see solutions to the problem, I'll continue to support the support. The problem is when you don't see solutions.
Yes.
But HH has brought on solutions to the point where we're going to be producing so much power in this country, we'll be selling to other countries. So load shedding is a thing of the past soon.
Well, since he has answered everyone, let's pick 3 more calls, then you'll be able to answer. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
You are through to the program. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, Mr. Katongo is my name. I'm calling you from Garden House.
Yes, Mr. Katongo.
Yes, those people that are there trying to qualify what they are doing, I think they should come to Garden House and see the roads and the type of contractors that are giving here. You see, the problem, the challenge that we have is that they are giving contractors who have never even done a road, who don't even own a wheelbarrow. They have just put, stones on the road and they are damaged vehicles. No road has been done in Garden House. Those people that are listening that live here have lived here for quite a while. The roads are very pathetic. And then you can't have a contractor, working. I'm a contractor. You can't have a contractor working during rainy season. What were they doing all these days, all these months? So these are the difficulties that, even convincing people that the MP works. The MP doesn't work, and I don't even know his face. He doesn't come here, he's never been here, but all that we see and hear is he talks that on the radio and on his WhatsApp. This is why we're urging people, Kanyama constituency. Never ever vote for a person who doesn't live here, who doesn't live close to the people. The people don't want those people to stand in Kanyama constituency. I think we are sick and tired. CDF money is being released, but they are being given to these contractors who don't even know anything. People here are suffering. Next time here, the whole area will be flooded. There's a lot of water coming from the industrial area, and it flows through this area. The whole area will be flooded because there are no roads. So before those people start, they're making work for the president difficult, working at all. CDF, I don't know who is having money for CDF. They're saying that it is. Where's the money for CDF?
Thank you,
so
Mr.
those people from the program there, let them come to Garden House or Garden Park and check for themselves before they start, talking.
Thank you so much for your concern. All right, so let me pick one last call. We are actually out of time. I wasn't looking at time. 0955221515. Good morning. Mwauka bwanji na phone kuchaja. Tauka bwino isi.
Yeah.
Tika na bandani.
Ndine swale na bwerera futi.
Basi wale.
Basogoreri kusogoro huko. Mukamba bwino maningi. Monga mwe bakambira ba brother banga abo bakatongo. I come from Kanyama constituency, specifically Garden House. The area is pathetic. It leaves much to be desired. Water blows. Amenchita ya fuma compound. We are connected to Kanyama Water Trust. 1 month, panganda tapawa amenchi. How do you survive? We have what we call waterborne toilets. How do you function like that? So mure ya kuri ba Kanyama Water Trust mure tulandilako. Amenchi garbage collection. Ngaya fumana nkane area biwi ya amenchi. Epo babika na garbage collection. Tabesa mkusende soso. They don't come. But we pay money. For what? So personally, I think I confronted them and I told them when the bill comes, now we capture garbage. Chakalari pila. If I go against the law, then let it be. Further, you guys, you like blagging again. You said you guys in a road since independence. No one has ever done it. If you refuse to require first time, please. You were just appreciating to say they also made that road up from Tandabantumo Kwisafka, Kurevo one hospital. So if they were to brag to say they are the first people to do it, how are you going to feel it? Every government has done better and has done poorly. Let's appreciate where it is due, and we should not just continue blagging. No, I'll end up in that fashion and beg to move. Good morning.
Good morning, thanks. Well,
maybe let me just pick it up. Just a quick one. Yeah, that's okay. I'll pick it up. Bakatongo, mwakamba buno chinyanja. And ngati ni bragging, sorry mutukulukireko.
Bakatongo swana kame pa bragging. Basiwali kamba pa bragging.
Bachukwa kama para. Basiwali, yes. Sorry mutukulukirire ngati yo ndiye bragging yamene mukamba yo. Kairi bantu mukamba kuti kulibe vane vichitika, so inaganza muka kuti kulibe vane vichitika, but that road was worked on. Sorry, that apology na natumiza huko. Now Bakatongo bakamba kani ya kuti ku garden park kulibe vane vichitika, kulibe vili vonse ma contractors anopasi kulibe vane vasebenza. I think iyo nkani even boza. Iyo ni boza. Chilungamo ni chakuti ngati shito maybe yasebenzeka sinaende bwino usakamba kuti kapena bwanji yayi apa pamene tikamba apa ija garden park sinapangiwe mu UPND ni yakudala ija place tuma road twambiri apa pamene tikamba even apa babosi mkachoka pano muyende apa mtitengeka moto katiraunde raunde kucha muzapeza kuti ma road yambiri ba UPND bankana ba number 1 even kutira modoti se tili wako yayi. So ngati yoni bragging, but that is truth. It is in the UPND government. Pano namba kutira modoti. Yamene se kutiri wa masiku yose ya kumbuyo uku. Nkani ya manzi. Swane penge manje ja compound. Benze kukanga bajaba kanso kuti babafikire manzi ro mazesko benangu because my land issues kuja kuni ma cases ya land. That my farm ya janyezi yabene bake. A lot of people are living on other people's title. And you know, government singa kupaseni kati mukati mteto wenangu ya mtu wenangu. So there's a lot that is going on. But the little works has been going on. Ku garden park kuja isini evidence na pameti kamba pano pylon road ija. Bamba utala kuisebenzera hapo. Pylon mumazesko power line yacha. Babatira modoti so that baipange road yende zipulikira kuja 70 isitako decongest. So a lot of roads kachaka road kachaka pa good life. Kuenda nako paka kuja ku Villa Park kunani kuja ku Garden Park. Is it Garden Park? Garden Park. That road yonetira modoti. Mana isebenzera hapo. The issue of saying mamiterani manzi uti azibwera huko. Senambe manzi. Manzi mu UPND kwamba uteli wa kwenda kucha.
I think Kanyama manzi wakamba baswali water blues kusachoka kuma pipe manzi.
Kusachoka kuma pipe.
They go 4-5 days there's
without
no water.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Then biu ikachoka palinankanya kuti vishara.
Vesi badoba. Okay. Iyo issue ni mafunu konsenzi la manje na Kanyama water trust.
No, he says he's done that.
He's done that, yes. So I'll submit that one kuli ba area councillor. Nizaba uza ba area councillor ba Siwali na Bakatongo. Manakumba mabo just behind the Prairie mabo. Kuti manzi kujafakiweko. Yamene sena kumbiwepo kudala. So you're bragging, that is reality. So meaning a lot of people will be connected to kuchani kumanzi.
Let's end in this fashion. Why should the Zambian people vote for President Hakainde Hichilema come next year?
Simple. Hakainde Hichilema has completely turned this nation around. Japa. He's completely turned this nation around in terms of taking us from a default country to a middle-class income country. That's where we're headed. And the international community has realized that. That's the reason why everyone is coming to Zambia. Zambia is the hotspot right now for South Central Africa. And we want that continuity to continue. So that's the reason why we should vote for the government in 2026.
Mr. Chihinga.
Hakainde Hichilema Afrika kuvotele wa 40. Pa program ya meneta kambako ya ngono aya. Health sector, education sector, law of law, na zintu zamene taona kuchita. Na maplan ali nayo, makamaka solution on how he wants to address the issue of road shading and all these other projects. So pazinshito zamene blagging hapo zamene makamba bantu. Ndiye zamene nizifunikira Hakainde Hichilema utapitirize. Na vision yoleta ino country kuti ende pasogolo.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time. Really appreciate you coming through.
Thank you so much. Thank
All
you,
right.
listeners.
So, our dear listener, that was the chat with Professor Lance, and my guests in the studios were Mr. Elias Chihinga and Mr. Joseph Banda, popularly known as Americano, coming through from the United Party for National Development, UPND, Kanyama Blackhats presidential campaign team. And well, catch me next Saturday from 9:20 as I host another interesting guests right here in the studio. Have a pleasant day. Listen to the music in the air. You've got to take the time to listen.